when explaining that it was the other Brian who paid the rent. But I digress. This is a splendid opportunity to give you an insight into that well-known epic, The Life of Brian. Brian has always been the expert in the art of persuasion, hence his successful career in sales. But more importantly, he exhibits the following qualities. He is a colourful and energetic conversationalist, particularly over breakfast, salad or chows. He has an enormous desire to watch and play snooker at any time of day or night. He has a vivid and committed interest in current affairs. He has also been a presidential candidate, at least Student Union knows less. He stood as what was termed a joke candidate, but his funny speeches, ending in a rallying call to vote for the opposition, went down so well that he very nearly won. Brian's other great obsession in life is food. When he's hungry, and he usually is, the thought of satisfying his appetite takes over his entire being. However, buying and cooking food is never at the forefront of Brian's fertile mind. He has always been bewildered by the enormous choice in supermarkets, and it's not unusual for him to reach the checkout with an empty basket. Brian quickly found a solution to this problem by adopting a carefully planned strategy. He would either choose exactly the same items as me, or purchase double the amount of 4 or 5 basic items that he could remember, or, an option which provided a constant source of amusement, he would surreptitiously follow around an unknown shopper, copying his or her purchases. But it did not end there, because much to our annoyance, he would discover on returning home that none of the items he had purchased were wholesome enough for his meal, and hence somebody else would end up cooking something for him. So Sally, don't let him do the shopping if you want anything to eat. And Brian, I think I'll just come out of next week's visit to Sainsbury's. Now, it was before the liberal days of Glasnost that an intrepid Sally studied Russian and commerce at university, spending some time in the USSR. Sally's keen, agile mind as a Russian linguist has led her to take up an incredibly interesting and challenging career, as you guessed it, accountancy. A career which gives Sally the opportunity to provide Brian with a lifestyle to which he's accustomed. Sally's warm, outgoing, cheerful and intelligent character will, I know, make a perfect match for Brian. On this note, I would like to propose a toast. Ladies and gentlemen, please stand and join me in wishing the bride and groom a happy, healthy, and fruitful life. Toast to Brian and Sally.
Goes to the function of the job as accountant, because when Sally qualifies, she will then become like all the other accountants that I know. She will preach value for money, and she will make him account as it goes along. She will be running the finances, and that's how it should be. So bearing that in mind, Brian, you're the last speaker of the evening. You've got to respond to that toast. The other hand that nearly disappears with the door. Let's get you over here to respond to that toast. Sally, are you going to respond or not? Just Brian. Right, so on behalf of our bride and groom, Sally and Brian to respond to Brian's toast.
Mr. Chairman, Reverend gentlemen, parents, friends, members of staff, council operatives. I can't really follow Brian's speech very well. My speech is back to a business card. And that's absolutely true. I'm going to keep it very brief. Really, I'm just going to a whole list of people to stand first of all, and then I'll go into the body of the speech. That's what it says here. It says body of speech, but there is no body of speech. Anyway, in no ceremony, which went off like clockwork, subdued all my nerves at the time. So that was very, very nice, kept me as easy until now. Moving on then to our special pianist, flown especially from Israel for the event. In fact, at one point I think I was steal the show. Next, Paula and Norman, our esteemed host and hostess. Norman's just, I think that's a smile. Was it a wince that was the bill? I mean, at this point I think it's customary to compliment Paula on a beautiful fishbowl. Paula, nobody makes fishbowls like you. And Norman, I think it's also customary at this point to mention our games of golf that we have down the course with my father-in-law. So thank you for those wonderful rounds, Norman. It's been a great pleasure and hopefully it will continue to be so. As you know, Norman's a great lover of sport. In fact, it was Norman who introduced me to watching live cricket. Anyway, moving on to my parents, Joyce and David. Thank you first of all for bearing me. And also thank you for last week, the beautiful uproar which select band of the guests here very liked. It was a beautiful event, thank you very much. Now yes, Merton, the next person that had to be singled out. Merton's oldest on hit number 1. Performed many duties today. He was our Sally's show Merton the Shul. What else was he? He was almost outfitter to myself. But I had a last minute bout of nerves and panic with my suit didn't fit. And as you can see, I was probably right, but none Merton's were so hard. It's like, better than that in pockets. That's the body of the fact. So two other people that I must single out for a special